Good evening, my name is Adam Arwood, they call me the Zotmeister. I had a channel challenge, and it got met. So here we are. Time to do a Frog Fractions playthrough on my channel. Ah, boy, oh boy. So, when I was first introduced to this game by an acquaintance of mine on Twitter, they said the game is a lot more than it looks to be at first glance. ... It has depth. That was the perfect bit of information to get properly started in this. We're getting there, Jag. We're getting there. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with the turtle, right? So we can move around. Like I said, this has depth. Screw collecting the apples one at a time. There we go. Fruit like a billion. What, you thought this was an educational game? Well, I suppose it kind of is. Alright, and now... Okay, so let's see. We need the dragon. Alright, so we're gonna have to get the static cling tongue. Grab this one here. Can only get one upgraded level. Note it still says Wave 1, and it will keep saying Wave 1. Come on. Dragon! Upgrade your turtle friend to a dragon friend! You will love his new dragon shape, I swear. That shell is just holding him back. Now I can go anywhere on the screen I want. And suddenly bullet hell! Your hitbox is the red dot. Warp drive! 25,000 fruit. Install a warp drive on your flying dragon. Now he'll really take you places. You can finally make it, Lieutenant Hop. We're dealing with a serious infestation here. Careful around those asteroids. Don't let them push you around. Wow, I've never seen those bugs shoot at anyone but you. I think they might be racist. Oh, I got hit. Don't forget to avoid bullets, Lieutenant Hop. There's Bug Mars now, their home planet. They're gonna regret messing with us. Oh, damn it. Do a barrel roll! Oh, you let the asteroids push you around. We said not to do that. Oops. Oh, nuts. Ah! Accidentally moved my window. I'm gonna have to fix that. Good flying with you, Lieutenant Hawk. See you on the other side. Warning, no refuge. Beatitude for gains. Oh, hello. I wonder if the big guy over there has any tips about dealing with fractions. Destroy the... You are under arrest. Thank you for your cooperation. Mr. Hop, the charges against you are severe. You're accused of breaking and entering into our native habitat, Bug Mars, with intent to purloin our delicious space fruit. How do you plead? You're not really dressed for court. I'll be waiting when you get out, I promise. Guilty, Your Honor. Not guilty, Your Honor. Amphibious, Your Honor. You've got the wrong dude. My name is Mr. Leap. Has anyone ever told you that you look delicious? Or... Oh god, I'm surrounded by bugs! Let's go with, has anyone ever told you that you look delicious? Not with that glassy-eyed stare, no. These charges carry a minimum sentence of 20 years hard labor, but there's a special offer this week. How'd you like to become a naturalized citizen of Bug Mars? Absolutely, I love it here on Bug Mars. I've never been to a buggier Mars. You drive a hard bargain, I'll take the labor. I don't know, what are the hours? How do you feel about bribes? If you'll just reach into my front pocket, or... Get them off! Get the bugs off! I don't know, what are the hours? A dutiful bug Martian must always be vigilant. The space fruit aren't going to steal themselves. Here, all you need to do is pass a test on the history and culture of this fine planet. Shall we begin? Our bug flag has 4 bug stripes. What do they represent? Peristalsis, Synodoche, bugs. Crushing our enemies in our powerful mandibles. Protecting my precious space fruit from you goddamn commie space bugs, Your Honor. Or, I hate bugs, bugs. A little bit on the nose, isn't it? You can blame Bug Betsy Ross for that one. Next question. On the series Bug Jersey Shore, what is Bug Snooky's favorite flavor of ice cream? Vanilla, cookie dough, bug. Trick question! Ice cream is unheard of on Bug Mars because of the climate. Or, I don't, really watch TV, Your Honor. Or, I think that I might hurt! I can feel them crawling around! Trick question. Well, I had to try, didn't I? 420 bugs ago, Bug-in-Chief Bug Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Bugs that we are blessed with which inalienable right? The right to bugs, the right to own sentient space fruit as slaves, the right to refuse to testify against your hive mind in court, the right to parade around the courtroom in only your knickers. How the hell should I know? I'm a frog. And, oh god, bugs everywhere! Let's go with the right to refuse to testify against your hive mind in court. Involuntary chirping notwithstanding? Yes. During the War of Bug 1812, General Stonewall Bug Jackson held off the nefarious Frog Armada single-handedly. How many mecha frogs did he crush under the wheels of his Mercedes bugs? Enough to reach the ground. We don't know, they hadn't invented counting back then. 420. I swear, they counted them twice, that's not just a pot joke. None. He didn't learn to drive stick until after his divorce. Or, they bite! Oh, they bite! Oh, they bite! Enough to reach the ground. The very words he used. Last question, Mr. Hop. How do you feel about fractions? I was told there'd be no math on this exam. Oh man, I love them! They're an intuitive way to represent a non-integer value. I'm actually leaning slightly towards scientific notation these days, which is actually a bit of a joke. One of the upgrades I could have taken at the beginning, it's like a cyborg brain or something, and it makes your score appear, instead of as a fraction, it appears in scientific notation. So there is that. I don't know, I've never really dealt with them. I think my chair is made of bugs! Am I made of bugs? we'll take the straight answer on this one. Spoken like a true bug. I'm impressed, Mr. Hop. Yours is the first perfect score our fake naturalization program has ever seen. We were going to fire you into the sun, but instead we've decided to issue you a work visa. If you'll just sign here? Yeah, F yeah! Fist pump, YOLO! Or Bugs Bugs Bugs! Let's go YOLO. Everyone loves a novelty signature, just ask Bug John Hancock. Working holiday visa for Bartholomew Salients. Date of birth, Bug 2012-65. Chitin donor. Wave Mars. Mars fractions are the best fractions! Gotta eat some bugs. Hey, what was that thing that just fell? To purchase Merv Tongue, insert a $20 bill into your CD-ROM drive. Yeah, we need Zork mids for the PR department. Yeah, we got the free work visa there. These all cost Zork mids, and we're not getting Zork mids. We're still getting fruit. Yeah, it's this weird thing you can do where you lock on targeting and then uninstall it and just keep going back and forth and new things come up. I don't actually need any of these. Because after all, once again, this has nothing to do with your objective. Again, the game has depth.
As conceived in 1632 by Portuguese printing press operator André Felipe, boxing was a gentleman's game in which two men would square off and regale each other with stories monotonous for days on end, until one of them fell to the ground from boredom or exhaustion. Over the next few years, the new sport developed a respectable following of a few hundred local socialites.
I just hugged the wall to get through this.
It was Felipe's son, André Felipe, who developed what he called the punching strategy in 1637, after seeing a schoolboy strike another in anger, causing him to fall down. When André Felipe challenged the then champion, British expatriate Sleepless Bill Bishop, to a match, Bishop was the odds-on favourite. You can imagine his surprise when, while he was describing what he had had for breakfast that morning, André walked up and thumped him in the neck, sending him down for the count in the parlance of our time.
Odd little Easter egg in here. I think it's safe to say, Snap, that this game inspired those. This game was originally born as a Flash game. It went viral in very short order. If you want to play this yourself, it's available on Steam, and it is actually free. Or I think you can also get it on itch.io. I think he put it there as well. As a Game of the Year edition, given that, you know, Flash is about to not be supported by most browsers. The Game of the Year edition does actually have DLC that you can purchase. Hop's iconic cap. You might wonder why you would want to pay $10 for that. Well, it's obviously a little bit of a joke. Or is it?
While it was universally agreed that the boy had violated the spirit of the game, officials were unable to find any actual rule that punching violated, and were forced to let the victory stand. This upset caused an uproar in the boxing community large enough to spill over into local newspapers, which drew the interest of many outsiders to come see what all the fuss was about. The newcomers were enthralled to engage in these borderline barbaric displays of human strength and skill, and the rest is history. After a few sports school moms, single-minded about safety, added the padded gloves, of course.
This game was so popular that its creator was able to have an extremely successful Kickstarter campaign for a sequel. But he wanted to go all out. He didn't just want to make a game that had a bunch of hidden genres in it. He wanted the game itself to be hidden. Specifically saying that the game would not be made available to the backers until, and I quote, "the jig is up." He instead gave them an alternate reality game that once it was completed...
Today's boxing enthusiasts fantasize about a newcomer that would rock the ring the way Felipe did. Calcification of the modern rule set has essentially locked the punching strategy into place, but it's easy to get caught up in the fantasy. Young scholars with big dreams often enter the ring with their crazy new trick, usually a variant of hypnosis, and though they've achieved the occasional victory, none of the gimmicks have been robust enough to make it to the big time.
Yeah. Once the ARG was completed, he unlocked the availability of Frog Fractions 2 as in the form of a patch to a game that had just been released by a friend of his. They planned this in advance. Just a couple weeks prior.
The real wonder, though, is that Andre Felipe's original vision of boxing is still around. Gentlemen's boxing clubs can be found in cities all over the world. You can visit one most any day of the week and see two erudite gentlemen exchanging pleasantries in the ring. Most people only come to watch a few hours of a match and then leave. but every once in a while you'll find amongst your elders a stout fellow, a die-hard fan, who perhaps witnessed that historic battle between Felipe and Bishop, who for love of the sport must stay to witness the last glorious seconds of wakefulness slip away, only to return to fight again another day.
The history of boxing, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, the seemingly completely and utterly unrelated game Glittermitten Grove, available on various PC game sites, is the entryway to Frog Fractions 2. Suddenly, text adventure! Oh, and by the way, Frog Fractions 3 was recently released, but I've only barely started 2 myself, so I won't, I'm not exactly in a rush there. If you might be wondering where Frog Fractions 3 is, I've already given you a hint tonight. I'm not going to say anything more. Is that it? The rumbling seems to have stopped, and you feel the intense downward pressure let up. After a moment, you calm down enough to start taking in your surroundings for the first time since the seemingly dormant vessel sprang to life. Command Module. The walls of this circular room curve to meet at a point that must correspond to the curved nose of the outer hull. Lining the walls, you see a porthole, a glowing display, and a control deck. A ladder leads aft. If you don't know how to get started, type help and press enter. Yeah, you kind of assumed that you, most people who were playing this had never seen a text adventure before in their lives. Could show that to you anyway, yeah. This is a story that you interact with by entering simple English commands. Some examples: look around or just look, examine ball or just X ball, inventory or just I, get wrench, turn knob, push button, enter phone booth, climb stairs, open box, read pamphlet, pour orange juice into glass, put plate on placemat. And finally, remember the adventure gamer's maxim: if it's possible to do, it must be good and wise. Alright, so I should remember how to do this. We can look at the display first, show you what we need to do. A glowing green display shows a map of the galaxy with a destination you don't recognize marked, and an ETA of about 3,000 years. Looking closer, you see 2 on-screen buttons labeled Route Details and New Destination. Route Details. The screen spills forth a slew of steps, such as spiral spinward at Spathy System, far faster than you can fathom. The nav computer dumps you into an interface so abstruse that before you even consciously process what's happening, you've hit the back button and are at the main map again. Pick up the phone booth and die. Alright, so we do actually need to figure out how to do this. We've got a ladder, a porthole. Yeah, look through the porthole. You can see a background of stars shifting as this ship gently spins. The constellations are all unfamiliar to you. Okay, so I think yeah, okay. The control deck consists of an array of switches and a pair of joysticks. Let's hope you never need to override the ship's autopilot, because these are definitely not frog joysticks. Alright, so what we need to do is go aft. You clamber across the ladder. Captain's quarters. This looks like an all-purpose living area, a sleeping pod sits next to a nightstand. A ladder leads to the fore. An oriental rug lies in the center of the aft wall. Well, if this is where you start showing your adventure game chops. First off, that nightstand has a drawer. The nightstand offers a single drawer, which is closed. Open drawer. You open the drawer, revealing a thick manual. Read manual. It's a manual for the navigation computer in the command module. After leafing through it, you feel confident you understand how to use the interface well enough to set up a route back to Bug Mars. Your score has gone up by 2 1/8 points. And we could, at this point, head back up to the command module and... Yep. Oh, I don't actually want to use it. Looking at it works. Yeah. So now we can press New Destination. You deftly plot a course back to Bug Mars. The engines roar and you feel G-forces shift. The ETA reads 57 3/5 years. Huh. You run a diagnostic and determine that the vast majority of the time is going to be spent going through bug customs. Luckily, you can sleep through most of it. Your score has gone up by 3 1/3 points. So let's head back aft. And if you try to use the sleeping pod, you'll find it's got a problem. How about we open pod? There we go. The lid seems to function automatically. Your head has barely touched the pillow when an alarm begins repeating, "Perfume chamber empty, you will wake up cranky." You assume it's going to stop eventually, but a couple minutes later it still hasn't. You get up. There's no way you can sleep like that. So, really, Jag? Anyhow. So, about that rug. Moving the rug, you discover a recessed hatch below it. Open hatch. You have to work it a bit, but after you give the wheel a few spins, the hatch pops open. Enter hatch. Engine room. Nearly every surface in this room is covered with a sticky pink goop, which seems to be thicker near a gray machine sitting in the corner. A hole in the wall exposes a nest of wires. There is a hatch leading back to the captain's quarters to the fore. So let us examine the hole. Peering into the exposed machinery, you see what looks like an empty coffee can that you're guessing doesn't belong there. We'll take the can. You twist the can, and it eventually comes loose. Hey, Sunfall Enian, good to see you here. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Right. You twist the can that it eventually comes loose, but you've ripped the insulation off of words! You've ripped the insulation off of an adjacent wire in the process, and it begins sparking as it comes in contact with an adjacent strut. You glance down at what you've taken. Huh, it really is a coffee can. Okay, so let's now look at the machine. The machine consists of a spigot aimed at a flat platform. A handwritten sheet of paper has been hastily taped over the base of the platform. Well, first let's take the paper. You rip the note off, leaving a fluttering piece of electrical tape behind and revealing a control panel. That piece of tape is actually extremely important. Not even remotely, Sunfall. Not even remotely. Yes, this was a challenge I had set on my channel. I had definitely prepared for this in advance. Okay, we can read the paper. This is the out of order note included in your game package. Cute little reference there. Alright, so what we can do now is use tape on wire. You wrap the tape around the bare wire, insulating it. Your score has gone up by 1 2/3 points. Okay, now then, the machine. We have 2 usable buttons on it and a big red lever and a spigot. Okay, so push button. The raised button clicks into place and the previously selected button pops up. Local currency, says a robotic voice. Pull lever. The machine whirs. Dispensing local currency, a voice says. A thick stream of Zorkmids shoot out of the faucet, bounce off of the flat platform, and scatter around the room. Give me money. You spend a few minutes gathering up the scattered Zorkmids. Your score has gone up by 1/3 of a point. Now we will push the button again. The raised button clicks into place and the previously selected button pops up. Mom's specialty, says a robotic voice. Okay, well, put can under spigot. Place the can below the spigot. Pull lever. Dispensing Mom's specialty, the machine says. A thick stream of pink goop streams out. It mostly gets everywhere, but the coffee can does end up filled. You grab the can. A few drops land in your mouth, and you recognize the flavor. Bacon milkshake! Atmospheric anomaly detected, a different voice says. Despite the fact that I just said it the same way. A whirring sound ensues, and the bulk of the goop is sucked into invisible vents, leaving just enough gloop floating around to be gross and annoying. Atmosphere purified, the voice says triumphantly. What next? Back through the hatch. And use can on pod. You bring the can close to the hole, and the hole sucks the pink goop right in. The nearby gauge fills up. And we are done here. You lie down in the sleeping pod, close the lid, and drift off, secure that in 57 and something years, you'll return to Bug Mars, a wealthy frog. When you wake up, you're clearly not in your sleep pod. You blearily glance around to get your bearings, and you appear to have been sleeping on a heart-shaped bed covered with roses. A voice comes from the next room. Awake already? A wispy human figure in a bathrobe and crown walks in. She bends over and kisses you on the nose, and suddenly you feel your body shifting. Yay! She laughs and claps, and you realize that you've been transmogrified into a human form. We can only move around on the lily pad. Oh! Oh, the indignity! Oh, the indignity! You awake with a start. What a horrible dream! You call your friend, Draggy the Flying Dragon, just to talk to someone. Yellow, Draggy says. I just had the worst nightmare. You explain the situation. I'm not sure that a support group for human bug eaters is really going to get much of a following, Draggy ponders. Maybe if we drummed up a little publicity first? I know just the PR agency. 5 minutes later, Draggy shows up at your door, dressed to the nines. He tosses a frog tuxedo at you. Put this on, babe, we're running for president! Sorry, that was terrible. Candidate Hop, what say you to allegations that you are not a natural-born citizen, that you're under 35, and that you're a frog? Obviously, DDR. What else would I say? man, you smoked him! You're a shoo-in for president! Numerators and denominators!
Here's your bug coffee, Mr. President. Heavy on the cream.
Bug weather, hot and dry. Bug economy manager, weather report, hot and dry. Bug assets, 2 million Zorkmids. Cost to produce bug porn, 10,000 Zorkmids a megabyte. How many megabytes of bug porn do you wish to make? How about 50? Don't worry, this interface is temporary. Bug software engineers are hard at work on Bug Excel 98. How many pop-up banner ads, 15,000 Zorkmids each, do you want to purchase? I don't know, about 10. What price do you wish to charge for a megabyte of bug porn? Let's see, we paid 10,000 for each one. Let's go 22.5.
Impressive wingspan.
Day 1 results. Juvenile bugs posing as health inspectors gave your product a thumbs up. Everybody wants to see. The dry weather makes thirsty bugs clamor for your product. Bugs marveled at your low prices and kept coming to your door long after you ran out of porn. You made 50 megabytes of bug porn at 10,000 a meg. You sold 50 megs of bug porn at 22,500 a meg. Budget 650,000. GDP 1,125,000. Profit 475,000. Assets 2,475,000. How many Zorkmids do you want to order the Bug Federal Reserve to print? Like a billion. Actually, it caps out at less than that. Let's not be too greedy. I guess we'll let your successor worry about the inflation problem. What upgrade would you like to install? Right, so we have bug drugs. Drugging the water supply will pacify delinquent bugs, keeping them off the streets and out of trouble. And not coincidentally, staying home and watching bug porn. Meteorology satellites. A system of satellites to help your meteorologists provide more accurate and precise weather forecasts. This is not locked. The upgrade actually is padlocks. Adding padlocks to bug porn storage warehouses should cut down on shrinkage considerably. This is the one we actually need to buy, but it does require the other three, so we'll have to go through a few rounds regardless. Weather report, cloudy. Bug assets, 90,475,000 Zorkmids. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and make a bunch of bug porn here, which we will advertise quite heavily. Capitalism tip. Be sure to charge more for your product than it costs to produce. Let's up the price a little bit, I guess.
It's not you. It's my inability to distinguish you from prey.
The in-house bug porn musician decided to make bug Afrobeat today. Nobody's quite sure what to make of it. Bugs complained incessantly about your high prices. I only sold half of it, huh? I lost a little bit of money then. But that's okay. Obviously, it doesn't matter. You could try to play this legit, but yeah, you could just make a whole bunch of money at once and not worry about it. Hey, Zorkmids, do you want to order the Bug Federal Reserve to print? I don't think I ever tried a negative number here. Come on, let's be reasonable now. Yeah, we don't need any. That confident, huh? Alright, we can install the satellites. Notice, an outbreak of frog STDs and bug porn actors is driving production costs up. Report Sunny. Bug assets. So what do we got here? Cost to produce bug porn is 12,000 Zorkmids a megabyte. Well, let's try 60. We will go for 15 banner ads, and we will charge 22.5 again.
Relax. Just be yourself.
The in-house bug porn musician decided to make Bug Klezmer today. Nobody's quite sure what to make of it. Bugs marveled at your low prices and kept coming to your door long after you ran out of porn. Sold it all. Made a decent profit. How many Zorkmids do... No, we don't need any of that. And now we can install the padlocks. Ooh. With the report, thunderstorms. Alright. Well, let's go for 75 megs, I guess. And 15 banner ads again. We will charge, say, 23,000?
I prefer something more, residential.
The bug porn sensors are working today. There will be no bug porn available at Bug Retail. The bug porn sensors bought all your bug porn at lunchtime. I'm glad that one came up during this run. And we don't need to print any. And we can get the presidential swimming pool. This heated pool provides a familiar wet environment in which the bug president can relax. When you're done taking a break here, we need to get back to work, huh? No, we don't. Say it with me. This game has depth. And that's the end. Roll credits. The human. That's so wrong. I have played Pony Island. I fucking love that game. That game is so incredibly good. I got Snapdragon to play that. He loved it too. Yeah, I got most of the achievements out of that too. Multiple endings. Good stuff. Yes, I highly recommend Pony Island. This image is low. Hey, Millennium. Yeah. I am actually playing the Steam version of this because that's what I had handy. I wishlisted the hat right away, but I'll probably just buy it for myself, but off of itch.io. I'm not that much of an achievement whore when it comes to Steam. I do not spend my own money on Steam for reasons I will not get into at this time. Memory of Beard number 2. Congratulations! You've finished Frog Fractions and are a certified Frog Fractioneer. But are you ready for the ultimate Frog Fractions experience? Buy the Hops Iconic Cap DLC and experience a day in the life of a frog wearing a hat. It'll feel as though you are playing an entirely different Frog Fractions game. Dude, just take me to the sound test. So here's your reward for beating the game. A soundboard, music, sounds, and voices. Alright, yeah. Yeah, so this game kind of spawned a whole sort of meta-genre on its own as a sort of a secrets-based game. It does an awful lot of genre hopping. You never know what it's going to throw at you next. And it's just a matter of wondering why this game is throwing certain things at you. Just finding that next little secret to advance you on and see something just totally out of left field. Yeah, and yeah, the creator actually considers the ARG that led to Frog Fractions 2 as sort of another Frog Fractions game in and of itself. I never did play that, and I don't know if that information is accessible anywhere, unfortunately. But yeah, as far as actual releases go, this is the original Frog Fractions. The Game of the Year edition is free. You can get that on Steam or itch.io. And Frog Fractions 2 is hidden inside of Glittermitten Grove. That is the name of that game. I wonder where Frog Fractions 3 could be. But at any rate, that is it for this game. So, for those of you watching live, I've still got some time to stream. I've still got some things to do, but for those of you watching the VOD, and I will be highlighting this, take care. Never forget to play. And I'll catch you next time.